where QR codes kill kittens and customer service is an oxymoron, one podcast has set out to make things right. This is the Unpodcast.
Like the pitch was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you added something to the intro music. I think you put a new layer that hasn't been there before.
Right. Be honest though. Would you tell me if my pitch was off?
Of course.
Right. Okay. And Wayne tells me my pitch is off. That's fine.
Yeah, you're a little pitchy.
No, I'm a little pitchy. Well, welcome to the show, folks.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening.
Also,
or watching.
So this is going to be a live note to feedback for Wayne right now that I cannot hit. Now I'm in my headphones. Now I can hear myself. There we go. Well, I'm back now.
Hey.
Wayne did it even without me giving the feedback.
It's not really about you, Scott.
The quicker everybody realizes it is about me,
it's
the
more
easier
about
life's going to be.
That was for the disgruntled sound guy comment.
Okay, so you weren't obviously here, but also, I'm disgruntled sound guy, and I just found that term is redundant, and I think that
sound guy,
right? I just think that it's inclusive in the term.
Yeah, I think so.
How many joyous sound people do you know, Wayne? I'm not including you. You're the most joyous person I know. You're a ray of light. But I'm saying overall it's more of. I'm not blaming. By the way, I'm not blaming the sound industry.
I'm sure there's sound engineers.
You have to deal with human beings all the time.
Joyful.
Who don't understand the concept of how its sound means.
Maybe like joy is harder to like sound, like the engineering of joy is just all over the place. It's better if someone's sort of sullen. It's more manageable sound.
I think most of the old curmudgeons are gone.
Right, so is it just young? It's just young curmudgeons.
Young curmudgeons.
Young curmudgeons, yeah, fresh new curmudgeons.
Is it more just time? Like the longer you last, the more your soul gets beaten down a bit from just another feedback coming at you or another just.
I think for live sound people, yeah. That's why I don't do it.
So here's the interesting thing. So it's like, is the longevity, if you can stay out of live sound as long as possible, is that almost like the best career advice if you want to have a long-standing career in sound is just don't do live?
I actually don't know.
Because
it's my goal.
We've heard it. You've heard it first.
See?
Right?
And that's the best part about entrepreneurship.
Wayne would prefer to stay cushy and do the stuff inside for here and elsewhere, but not audiobooks, right? Because
I like audiobooks.
God damn it,
it's a
Wayne.
fresh change of pace.
Only you don't like doing audiobooks. That's Me and Wayne love doing audiobooks.
Well, then you can just both go do your own audiobook then. Fine. Called Unscott. I don't know.
Careful what you wish for.
On with the show, and we're always happy that you joined us. Thank you so much for joining us on the Unpodcast, the business show for the fed up and the ridiculousness of all this stuff that happens out there. For the 7 people that are listening to us, we love you. And thank you for loving us. This is from Infoworld.com. It says, software engineer reportedly wins religious exemption from AI use. We've been waiting for this.
The picture of the Vatican.
It is the picture. It is the Vatican.
That's that church, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's where.
Sorry, not Catholic.
When
I don't
Pope
know the
Leo what is this? One XIV. So that would be the 14th. Pope Leo the 14th. I don't know. Wrote about when Pope Leo, Super Bowl 12, wrote about the effect that AI is having on our world. He may not have imagined the document being referenced in an HR environment, but according to a report by Business Insider, Aaron Mouse, a software developer in North Carolina, used the Pope's message about the need for vigilance and how AI would be deployed to gain a special exemption from her employer about using the technology for coding.
Oh, that's cool. I was wondering where it was going. I'm like,
Moss
how?
is not even a Catholic, but a Unitarian Universalist, according to this report. However, it said she maintained that the use of AI didn't align with her religious beliefs. Business Insider said that to make her case, she consulted an employment lawyer, a move to be expected, and her local chapter's minister, which probably wasn't. Her wishes were reportedly granted last month. Quote, I'm writing my code and reviewing my code by hand, which seems crazy to say, she told the publication. She's certainly not alone in wondering whether AI is always the way forward for techies. A journalist at PC World has also been rethinking its use after reading the encyclical, right? It remains to be seen whether this will be the spur for a torrent of claims from Catholic workers asking to be freed from the demands of using AI, or whether or not this is just a simple outlier.
I think I've said this before, but I didn't expect to agree with the Pope so often.
but it's true because also here's like.
I mean, if you can get a religious exception for other things, why not?
Well, and that's the whole thing is people look at this and say, well, it's tech or it's everything.
Yeah.
Right. And it's all encompassing. So whatever clause you can use to get out of certain things, we are always big fans of finding the out in these type of things.
The poop.
Right.
The Pope loophole, I said, and I said poop.
But also poop
So now
loopholes.
I've done a Stratton thing, and there you go.
Pope
now you have
loopholes
it.
and poop loopholes.
I do
We're
not
always
want to
for.
see a clip of this on TikTok, Mr. Stratton. I got a story for you.
Mm-hmm.
Standard Chartered boss Bill Winter sorry after forward insult to workers. So the American CEO of a British multinational bank is using LinkedIn for damage control after sparking backlash over remarks that angered workers, which, pretty much happens every day, it seems. Standard Chartered PLC Chief Executive Officer Bill Winters turned to the professional networking site into an apology platform this week after making comments suggesting that AI will replace, quote, lower value human capital. Winters, whose net worth is an estimated $377 million, made the remarks on Tuesday at an investor conference, saying the company plans to eliminate about 8,000 support roles over the next 4 years due to AI adoption. And so, people came for him. It says, workers are human beings with families, not just a form of capital. Imagine the morale of those who remain behind knowing they are just another form of capital to their employer, who don't really care about how they feel. And so he apologized because he doubled down. So in his first post, he doubled down on his remarks and sought to clarify what he had said. He noted that as part of Tuesday's investor presentation, the bank had projected roughly 15% reduction in roles in corporate functions, which the CEO wrote often are referred to as the back office over the next 4 years due to automation. In that context, I said lower value roles are more vulnerable to automation and that we have a responsibility to help colleagues move into higher value roles. 3 hours later, he was apologizing again. And he shared a transcript of his statement with commas to show exactly what he had meant.
Yeah, so you were all reading it wrong. I didn't say anything wrong. You were all interpreting it wrong. Let me help you interpret it better.
So in the transcript, he's presented as saying that AI is replacing, in some cases, lower value human capital. So the commas have really changed
Nothing.
The message.
Nothing.
No,
yeah, absolutely
they haven't
nothing.
changed anything. So he's apparently still actively apologizing.
What I love to hear, it's one of my favorite flailings.
Social media turned into apology platform.
Like, I love flailings.
You enjoy a good flailing?
Just anybody flailing along, trying to, it's usually somebody who doesn't usually flail.
Yeah.
Usually what happens is the people around them have to do
Often
it.
in a backpedal sort of motion.
There's different flails, right? You flail forward, you flail back.
I like the back.
It does, because it's more of like the Hans falling off the building and Die Hard.
Yeah, sort of slow too, like Matrix-y I picture.
So when Billy Boy here did what his whole thing is like, oh, you're mistaken.
Yeah.
You're not understanding correctly.
I didn't mean lower capital. I meant lower comma capital.
What I meant, I wasn't making human sound inhuman. What I'm trying to say is the peons below us all aren't understanding what I'm saying about the peons below us here. But also, that's why you're low value. Mm-hmm. You're low value because you have none. How are you not understanding this? Well, we're trying to help you become valuable.
It's always the apologies in a circle is always a very interesting
but low vowels
thing.
never get it, right? Low vowels never get it. That's why high vowels always understand it.
It's just complicated. It's hard
complicated,
to understand.
and low values don't understand these things. Bill, we understand. We understand.
You're just a CEO.
We understand. The problem wasn't comprehension. The problem is your comprehension and your awareness of self or lack thereof. Oh, Bill, I just want to talk to all the people that work for you.
Apologies also don't usually just explain like what you meant.
Yeah. But again, and also, what do they call it? It's capital? Is it a lower value? Human capital.
Yeah. It's a great word. Great term. So warm and fuzzy.
Coming up next from our national news
Is it the Pope
network,
again?
it's not the Pope, but close enough. It's Post Malone, but it's not. It's just a picture of Post Malone, but not actually about him. CBC article is some artists feeling blue dot fever, fans say, as high ticket prices make concert goers more selective.
I did not know what it meant, so I'm excited to hear the story.
Fans are diagnosing big musical acts with blue dot fever, with some saying it's due to high ticket prices. The term comes from blue dots on Ticketmaster's website for any given show, representing unsold seats. Some upcoming concerts have lots of them, as fans have been quickly to point out, which they speculate has led to cancellation of concerts or whole tours in extreme cases. Post Malone, Meghan Trainor, and the Pussycat Dolls have all canceled shows or entire tours in recent months. By the way, as a Pussycat Doll fan, as a fan of an original Pussycat Dolls fan from the OG Pussycat Dolls of days of dancing and singing and groups. I'm a fan of the art form. I'm a fan from the NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, the
organized
En Vogues,
organized
choreographed dance. I am a fan of this stuff, but who told the Pussycat Dolls they could do a headlining tour now?
I don't know.
I don't understand where the expectation was. And it was arenas, potentially, or just below that. I know, like, you think your boyfriend's, hot like me.
That was a while ago, though, and it ages us, I think, just a little bit.
It was such a great...
I was looking at the seats.
But, okay, and while some of them cited other reasons for doing so, fans have still pointed out the tour is a part of the trend. The problem comes down to the costs, says Eric Alper, who's in the article, who's a friend of the show, music publicist and industry expert. Tickets are more expensive, and fans are already contending with the high cost of living. Indeed, ticket prices for the top 100 worldwide tours increased by 37% between 2019 and 2025. Okay?
That's a big increase.
Fans weren't as fussed by high prices right after COVID, Alper said, because they were so eager to be in crowds again. But the feeling is wearing off, and high prices for necessities like food and gas have made people pickier. He says that Alper says if they spend a lot of money on Rush, that doesn't leave a lot of money to go to Oasis or Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, I think there was something in the article about that it wasn't so much that people weren't going to concerts as that they had to make choices, that they weren't able to go to maybe as many. And what was happening was people were willing to spend the big costs on particular artists that might be like a big occasion or it's someone, you wanted once in a lifetime to go and see, but that was the budget then. And then you couldn't go and see other artists, let alone, lost in all of this too, or just artists who are just starting, who need, tickets.
100%.
And so if you spend once a year, you go to a concert, it takes that much money. You're not going to have money to just go see other music.
So you've broken out. So what happens here too is you've broken out the middle class. You've removed the middle class of sport, of music, and of fandom.
Yeah.
Which is, if you're a new artist, okay, and you want to break through, there's a place, there's a venue, there's a bar, you can go and play to 3 people. No problem. This isn't sarcastic at all. You can go and start playing some music somewhere, okay? After that, right, your venues, which are almost all owned by Live Nation one way or the other. Wayne, would you agree or disagree? Have you found a number of places owned by Live Nation has just increased exponentially?
Yeah, it's hard to find
Is there a venue?
Is
there a venue above 200 that you could, as not Live Nation at this point, or 500? Like there's...
not that I know.
Yeah, crazy.
It's the middle.
Right, so there's that middle part of it. But the other side about this shows is the blue dots used to represent unsold tickets.
Yeah.
But blue dots are, now this is about, they're still for resale. This didn't exist 15 years ago. Okay, the resale market legitimately didn't exist. Ticketmaster was against the resale market. They would fund the government to make it illegal to scalp tickets. You go to the Dome downtown Toronto here, and the people, the same dudes always scalping the Jays tickets. You'd get to know their names and their faces. That's what scalping was. And then we just made it legal online, and now the Blue Dot recommended that they're still there to be resold, and Ticketmaster is part of that, and they make a cut. They say, well, it's more expensive to go now. We created this entire ecosystem where not only is it more expensive to tour for the artist, where costs for artists that I watched a video last week for about tour buses, it is 3 times as much now for a tour
I guess
bus.
all the costs too with food and gas and everything.
And the 3 times I just mentioned didn't include fuel.
Yeah.
Right, because now they're removing the fuel part, saying it's an add-on to it. So we created this problem, and now fans can't go, obviously, for the resale. We were talking about Weezer before coming on here, right? It was $800 for 4 of you to potentially go, right? It was about $800 for 4 people to go to see a show, and you want to bring your kids to go their first concert, right? Their first show. I still remember my first Corey Hart, CNE, 1984.
New Kids on the Block,
Yeah.
Cops Coliseum.
Cops Coliseum, New Kids on the Block. Who else? Come on. Give me your first concert. Anybody? You remember yours? Nobody? Bruce Springsteen. How we talked about it? It was like $30.
She wins.
Right? Wayne, do you remember yours?
Edgefest.
Edgefest. Oh, see now, and how much was Edgefest to get in?
Oh, then?
$15.
Yeah, probably
$20,
$30.
and you got to go
Yeah.
for a festival all day.
Yeah.
And that was the point. And now, what's it to go to Coachella now?
I don't know, but
26,000
I can't
and at
even
least your
imagine.
firstborn.
Yeah.
And that's
It's really
just general
expensive.
admission, withstanding. And you want something else. So it's like this, we've created this
Yeah.
type of stuff where now artists can't, unless you're the extremes, right? Either 2 people or 2 million people want to see you.
Yeah.
That artists can't afford to tour. I just watched there's a couple great creators on YouTube. There's a bunch of them in music, but a few of them, like a couple that are like roadies, but also a couple of them that are bands. One guy I watched, he's the lead singer of this hardcore band, but a great creator on YouTube, and just says, look, this is the Europe tour we just did. We just did 16 cities.
Yeah.
We've been hitting Europe for 4 years. We're finally getting momentum. He couldn't be happier. And he's smiling and he goes, we lost $8,000.
Yeah, and that's a success.
And he's looking at and he's like,
Yeah.
I am so happy. And I'm so happy we only lost $8,000.
Yeah, it's not tenable.
And he
you
goes,
know?
this is how this is. If we choose to do this, we're going to, and then he broke it down why. Here's this here. You have it, and then he breaks it down for the regular people, the normal human beings who don't
Yeah.
do this, and says, you need a bus. The bus is tripled in cost. The bus needs a driver. The driver needs to go sleep at a hotel. Hotels have doubled in price since then. So all of these things,
Yeah.
it all comes out of your. But then you do raise ticket prices for everybody. Now they can't afford to go. And that's where we are here. And the problem is so much grossness happens behind the scenes, and it's happened for the past decade, to the point that huge artists have accounts at Ticketmaster that allow them to use and secondary market the tickets.
Really?
And then the artist makes the money. So because the artists don't make the money on the secondary market. Scalpers don't then go pay Taylor Swift her cut of her resale ticket that she's done, right? That's all profit. It's like why the like an EB Games or a game store loved the used games, because they didn't have to pay back
Yeah.
to the publisher for the original purchase.
Yeah.
So this problem has been created. So again, you get down to the point is, well, what's the answer?
And and it also adds a variability. I was thinking about it in terms of like if a concert has to get canceled and stuff, because if it's all resale and stuff, like it must be harder to know how many people you're gonna what the crowd
Right.
is gonna be like, or.
But
Yeah.
it was I think it was Bobby Shmurda, right? He didn't make much money on his tour, let me tell you.
Shmurda.
I've been waiting to say shmoney in this show for a very long
I
time.
know. I'm so proud of you. It's a big day.
I had heard, and I read in 2 different articles, could have been citing the same source, so who knows at this point. One of the shows sold 18 tickets.
18 tickets total?
18.
Oh my, that's not a lot of money.
The man's a platinum artist too. And I know he hasn't put out a lot since, but also he was in prison, so it was tough to put stuff out. 18 tickets. Like that's not even what?
Yeah.
I can move 18 tickets in Atlanta, I think, if
I don't
really
know.
focus.
Would you guys come out to see Scott in Atlanta?
I would. All I want to sell is 19. Just one more than Bobby.
one more.
I just one more. Bobby. All right. So that's my concert.
Yeah,
thing.
I got a story.
Go.
So, I mean, this is something we've talked about a few times, but it was the headline really that particularly got my attention. So Dave Ramsey slams remote work, saying employees at home are too busy making a burrito for the dog. So, first of all, I've had pets my whole life, always. And we're foster family for the local humane society, for the I guess Milton Halton, I don't know the name for it. Oakville Milton Humane Society. We often have foster pets. We have 2 dogs. We've always had dogs.
3 cats.
And I don't think I've ever made them a burrito. Have you ever made any of the animals a burrito? So
I've never made a burrito, period.
well, I think that says
alone for a dog.
more about you. But on a recent episode of Entree Leadership, I guess, financial expert Dave Ramsey weighed in on remote work, taking
good.
aim at what he sees as a lack of accountability. Ramsey joked that remote employees are too busy making a burrito for the dog instead of putting in a busy day for work. He made a comment while advising a business owner who was frustrated with staff taking unpaid time off beyond their allotted time. Ramsey used the moment to highlight what he sees as a growing culture of entitlement and a drop in work ethic, especially among young workers. He emphasized the need for clear policies and stronger leadership to maintain productivity and fairness across teams. The caller, a vice president at a contracting company with 21 employees, explained that several workers regularly requested unpaid time off after exhausting their paid time off. Ramsey made it clear that such flexibility should not be normalized. You need to be at work. That's why we hired you, to get work done. Ramsey said unpaid absences for personal convenience, such as vacation, should not be allowed. Instead, he argued companies should reserve expectations for emergencies and serious matters. The only time you can do any kind of an emergency situation that is approved, and we may approve it to be paid if it's a situation where we're extending grace, not workers' rights, grace. Ramsey acknowledged that his own company sometimes grants additional time for extraordinary losses, such as battling illness or family loss. Can we go back to the burrito, though? Because this is really about the burrito.
So this is part of the thing is about, because he talks about like working from home and stuff like that. And so when you're at home, then you have more time to make a burrito for the dog and things like that. Here's the thing, is all of this stuff, because it's not even about remote work, right? When you're looking at it, all of this, every single freaking thing I hear from these morons is that they don't understand how to manage, period. And the only thing they understand is look for work, see work, they work.
Why?
If they're at their desk, they're working for me.
I wish we could see changes in the workplace as changes in the workplace and not as young people's faults.
Right. And
shifts happen. Like, we've all been through all kinds of changes in the last, with COVID and working from home.
But what Ramsey, what Kevin O'Leary, what all the old white dudes don't understand about this is it's the saddest thing. I'm going to paraphrase, and I can't do it properly, but I'm going to paraphrase Mace right now.
Okay.
From his podcast.
Okay.
Old people are always the last to know about change. And now it was different of what he was referring to, but it was an older person in hip hop, and they were just because they refused to change. It is exactly this, which is the old way of working was boss at big desk, corner office, walks down hallway, busy worker bees doing their thing, walk back and forth, and that's it. When the invention of the laptop happened, we realized we could be anywhere with this laptop.
It's a long time ago, It was a long time ago, the laptop.
And I firmly believe COVID, when everybody had to work from home, was the worst for some of these people. Because they didn't get to walk around as a CEO. They were just at home as Dave.
Yeah.
And Dave needs to take out the fricking trash. Dave gets no respect from the dog or the cat.
No, well, he keeps giving them burritos.
But when Dave's in the office, everybody knows Dave is there. Yeah. Look, Dave's here. Oh, Dave's here. Oh, my God. But what you think is people excited to see you is people trying to get in line so they look it.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Dave. They don't like you.
Yeah, there's a good chance, Dave. I'm sorry.
They don't like you. They're doing it to pretend they do. That's the big joke for so many places, is people think they have power, which they do, because you decide if I work here or not.
It's also just not what any data shows. Like, any data on productivity showed productivity went up, if anything, when people are working from home.
It went up and their stress went down. And all the reaction you see in the past few years was, well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
We can't have a less stressed out workforce. We can't have a workforce that on average saves $8,000 a year working from home.
Or our real estate's going to start losing money. And so we need to get everyone back here.
We need you back here because of culture. And again, if I hear one more time from my people, actually everybody loves it, then why did you have to make it mandatory to return?
Dogs don't eat burritos.
Dogs don't eat burritos. Why do you even feed your dog?
Wait.
You have work to do. Why do you feed anybody, children or dogs? You have work to do.
Get to work.
How dare you? Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bow now. Yeah!
Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and visit theunpodcast.com. And remember, friends don't let friends use QR codes.